God, I always have an issue with this. Ugh. Yeah, I always have an issue with this. I'm sorry. Yeah. Um, basically, in my last sort of video thing, I don't know why this always happens to me, but for some reason, the streams always cut out at like the worst times. So we probably didn't even get to see my full reaction. But basically, all you need to know is like I would rate this like a 7.5 out of 11, which like 0 to me is like inexcusable, worst thing ever, bane of my existence. 11 would be an actual masterpiece, perfection. That's my taste perfectly. Honestly, the comedy is on off sometimes. It gets me sometimes, sometimes it doesn't. Um, I like the theme that's going for with redemption and whether or not that's possible. And I like, how they kind of flow through it and hint at it with like Angel does. Um and the designs are amazing for all the characters, but like when you compare with the backgrounds, when you have it like based on the backgrounds they have for like most of the backgrounds, it just becomes like this mess of red and magenta and like pink. It's like too much. It's like too much sometimes, and yeah, it's good to have a lot, but when it becomes too much, it gets bad. It's like candy. It's like candy. You're going to eat it. It tastes good. It tastes great, but when you have too much, it's going to be bad for you in the long run. So now that that's done, let's just quickly do Hello Boss before this stream implodes on itself again. Please, God, do not implode on yourself again. I was originally going to compare and contrast the scenes of the Hazbin Hotel and the trailer, but you know what? I'll just, edit it in the video and just show it. I don't know. In the future, let's just get to the pilot and hopefully it doesn't upload on itself. Ugh, ads. Can I just skip, please? I don't know what those movies are. Lots of talented voice actors
All
in
right,
this
now I
one.
know business has been a bit slow lately. Yes, and it's no one's fault, okay? I'm not naming any names here, Moxie. Now, does anyone have any
Hmm.
bright ideas
Brandon
about how we can
Rogers.
get business drumming
I
up
believe
again?
he writes
Let's
this
start
as
with the
well.
car wash. This is hell, Millie. No one cares about cars being clean here, okay? Whoa, what about a billboard? We can't.
I could go through like the designs here, but let's just say they all attract to the eye. Like, it always brings you to the face. If that's what VisiPop most character designs are going for, by the way, trying to attract your eyes to the face, it's
Can't afford a billboard,
a
sir.
job of that.
Helpful, Moxie. Really glad you're in the room right now. Have you guys forgotten what
Like, let's look at each of these designs. Like, let's just say Blitz, Moxie, and Millie, they're fairly similar in their designs, so let's just kind of pair them together leads to the face with their yellow eyes. It always leads to their face, and their yellow eyes are like much bolder than the ones in like teeth or like Blitz's hands. So because of that, it just pops out. Not to mention, but there's a lot of black and white as well on their head, so it will always lead you back up to their face. Like for the jackets and stuff, it's sort of like off black or like almost off white if I'm looking at it correctly. So I guess that helps too.
those were the good times?
I don't need any reminding, sir, considering you blew most of our salaries on an obnoxious TV ad last week. One that you then additionally paid to have run for a full 3 hours
He's
when
just watching static.
nobody watches.
Hey, excuse me. What's obnoxious about a super fun jingle, all right? It's a fun distraction when an advertisement's spitting bullshit.
People
Yep,
love musicals, sir.
Exactly.
Brandon Rogers
Millie.
kind
I
of
mean, we're
comedy.
basically doing a musical. Are you gonna crush my musical theater dreams like my dad did?
Sir,
I know
what's your
Moxie has the
riddle?
same
Oh,
voice
I
actor.
see.
Real quick, I know Moxie has the same voice actor as the guy from Invader Zim. I can't remember what. I know Millie and Luna's voice actor in this pilot is the same, but I can't remember who they were or what their job was. Ah!
Is just my dad's asshole talking to me, crushing my dreams of being who I truly am inside.
Are you trying to crush his dreams, Moxie?
Also,
What?
also Millie's accent is a lot more subtle here than it is in the episodes.
I thought I knew you.
I
I can't believe you
like that
asked
little
me
blush
after
they
I
have.
made you Employee of the Month.
Okay, sir. I'm sorry. A commercial jingle is not comparable to musical theater. Nobody.
Also, real quick contrast with this and Hazbin Hotel and why I think Hell of a Boss is better. Smaller cast and thus get the right amount of focus. And not to backgrounds have a bit less red in it, and it's not like the red here is less bold as well. So in the backgrounds, so will always stand out a bit more. Like here, it's like a lot of is a lot more subtle.
Actually likes the jingles. I liked it. Do not agree with him in front of me.
Hi there, I'm Blitz. The O is silent. Are you a piece of shit who got yourself sent to hell, or are you an innocent soul who got fucked over by someone else?
Yeah, that's Brendan Rogers. It's in here,
You can
but
imagine my surprise when I wound up here after the state of Ohio killed me. I really wish I could stick it to that yappy jogger who saw me hiding the body.
Well, luckily for you, thanks to
is the state of Ohio that strict? I mean, I know he did he kill one or two people? He killed like one or two people, and that was apparently enough to earn him the death penalty. Like, don't get me wrong, right? But like, is I feel like the death penalty should be saved for like serial killers or something. Kill people before that.
our company's special access to the living world, we can help you take care of your unfinished business by taking out anyone who screwed you over when you were alive.
When you want somebody gone and you don't want to wait too long, call professionals. Hand grenade or cyanide will make it look like suicide. The immediate murder professionals. Weep because we come straight up from hell.
That's kind of ironic. I like all the backgrounds. Yeah, once again, you could also see it as well. Like here, when they go to the human world, there's really like obviously there's gonna be a lot less red, so the characters will stand out even more. Also, the human design pretty good.
Doctor, he's not responding.
It didn't do anything.
Damn it. I'm not losing another one.
Holy shit, it actually worked. He appears to be in stable condition, but he'll need surgery. Now, what insurance provider do you freaks have? The fuck is insurance?
Kids die for free.
I'd like to go on record and say that incident was Luna's fault.
Oh, I forgot to talk about Luna's design as well. Yeah, same thing kind of could be said for Luna. She just has a lot of grays, blacks, and it just makes her red out a lot more.
To give us the right info on the target. It's very simple. Oh, sit on a dick, Moxie. You sit. Sit on a and the
I'm trying to figure out.
do your
Is she
job.
is she supposed to be goth? I think she's supposed to be goth or like punk. I'm not sure. Just I've never seen a goth person wear that before, but or wear like anything like spiked before. But then again, the only goth person I ever knew was way back in like elementary and middle school, and that school had like a uniform policy, so they could have just not.
Now, we don't blame our school
Like,
do anything wrong.
Are you kidding me, sir? She's awful.
Hello, IMP.
real quick, I wonder, did Blitz buy her that, or did she buy that herself? Either way, I find it both hilarious and wholesome. That if Blitz bought it, hilarious, and the fact that she kept it, wholesome. Or if she just bought it herself, still hilarious and works.
Happy adoption anniversary, Looney. I got you a little something.
Is it a cure for syphilis?
Oh.
Then I don't want it!
I'm sorry, the spiders.
God damn it. Excuse me. Did you just fax me a...
No.
Why would anyone send me this?
Come on. You know why.
Ooh,
Whoever
that's
left the
below the
fucking
belt.
avocado salad in the fridge, I'm taking it
I
right
wonder if the
now.
avocado salad was tied to that.
Why would you drink on a work night? I'm hungover from this morning, dumbass.
Isn't that my lunch?
You know what? I can't take this assault right now. I need to blow off some fucking steam. Ah! Blitz, that clingy rich asshole is on the phone, says it's urgent, wants to talk to you. Sounds a little DTF-y.
Also, I think wait, I just remembered real quick before we continue. Millie, I believe, did she have a voice actor change? I believe she had a voice actor change, but I think whoever voiced Luna and Millie in this pilot, they were the same person, and I know. I know? I think they still voice Luna, so I think they just sort of got new voice actress for Millie.
Oh, God, it was one time! If I hadn't slept with that privileged asshole, none of us would have access to the living room.
I could be wrong then again.
You
I
what?
could got mixed it up. Well, you know what? Let's just.
Not this fucking.
God, we got a minor nitpick here. Um, I'll let the ad play. You know what? I'll just let the ad play and mute that real quick. So yeah, um, what I have to complain about there is like a flashback within a flashback. I don't like it when that happens. It's like a blood clot. It just puts a blood clot into your story, man. I don't like flashbacks are enough, all right? Lots of flashbacks are enough, especially like this pilot is flashback heavy. But then having a flashback within a flashback is like, I know it's meant to introduce Solace, sort of, but still.
Heavy book. Oh, sorry, I fucked your husband.
Yeah,
Tell
that's
me what
something.
I do.
That sounds like
Where
something
do you
Brandon
go
would come
this
up with.
time, Stolas?
There's a political candidate called.
Also, fun fact: Stolas is actually based off of a. So yeah, that's a fun little thing. I cannot remember what kind. I know it's also an owl related demon, but I cannot remember what kind they were. They're like what deadly sin they were a part of. But I know they were part of a deadly sin. I don't remember at the top of my head though.
Some trouble up on Earth from a few of my associates. He's trying to convince people global warming.
Also, real quick, Stolas's design is also pretty great with the colors. Like the cool gray blue they have contrast well with the yellow and the red, as well as my face always finds myself, attracted to, the face, which is important because of like the black and white they kind of got here with that major contrast. And another thing is I like the crown they have right up here because like Stolas is supposed to be like the is he supposed to be one of the princes or kings? I don't know hell mythology. I'm not that good with it. But it's meant to symbolize that he's like one of the royalty of hell. And one more thing before we continue, I also know that between the pilot and the actual episode, they also had another voice actor for him.
Exists.
Doesn't it?
Well, yes, but more people die if nothing is done about it. And it gets lonely here.
Yeah, that makes
Hmm.
sense.
You know what happens when I'm lonely, Blitzy?
Oh, God fucking damn it.
When I'm lonely, I become hungry. And when I become hungry, I want to choke on that red of yours. Your salad and lick all of your
Yeah,
before taking out your and with more teeth until you're screaming like a fucking baby.
there's a part of me that wants to know what he said, like what the uncensored version of that would be. But I know that if I figure that out, I'm never. That's gonna be like a permanent brand on my soul. That's gonna be a permanent brand on my soul. Just from hearing the uncensored version of that, it would weigh on my soul and just drag me straight down to hell. At least the hell seems to have fun company. So, God, I really want a Moxie and Millie bobblehead.
Eat
Why
this.
didn't they make that
And you
yet?
know that bridge over the freeway?
Yeah?
Shit off it.
I like she had.
Luna is a valued
Let's also
member of our family, and we don't get rid.
see. Look, that little smile she has. She clearly cares. Like I know they're like adoptive, like father daughter sort of thing. Honestly, I'm I like the little subtlety she has. Like even though she's a bit rough and abrasive, she does have a soft spot for Blitz, like who basically adopted her and kind of gave her like a home and cares for her and stuff. I feel like the main theme here is meant to be like family and relationships, like the adoptive relationship these two have, the relationship between Stolas and his daughter.